So my goal is end corruption, hold the government accountable, and last but most importantly, bring revenues back to California. So my major goal is to make California economy regrow again. And we're going to do that by investing in our revenue. And I believe that if we take that 30, 60, 70 billion dollars that right now we are exporting those jobs, if we take that money and we reinvest it into our infrastructure, California will be golden for generations to come.
And it's interesting you brought up that you want to bring revenues back to California, because a lot of Republican lawmakers that are in the legislature now are saying that California doesn't have a revenue problem, it has a spending problem. Do you agree with that?
I do believe that we have both. A spending problem is a major issue. Right now, we have a budget of about $300 billion, and we are already in the deficit. But why are we in the deficit? We are in the deficit because companies are leaving. 40% of our taxes are paid by the 1% of the population, the richest, and they're leaving. So we're creating this environment in which our wealth is leaving California. So, but at the same time, we have a growing population that needs jobs, and in order to bring those jobs, we need to create revenue. So how about we invest, and instead of shutting down our refineries, and instead of shutting down our wealth, how about we actually use some of that money and invest it right here in California?
What would you invest it in?
Well, the key part that we have to invest is in creating jobs. So we're going to create jobs by opening our refineries, opening our wells. So we're going to, and by doing that, just think, instead of sending those $30 billion or $60 billion to foreign countries, we actually invested that right here in California. We haven't built a refinery in the last 20 years. Our refineries are shutting down. Chevron is planning to leave California. It has been talking about leaving California. So our companies are leaving. What are the jobs that are left in California? We don't do manufacturing, and we don't process our own oil. So we need to invest in that.
And speaking of the high-speed rail, I know you mentioned that a second ago. What do you want to see from the high-speed rail? Because we have invested so many billions of dollars in it, and it's several years behind schedule, and like really behind schedule. We have no completed segment of it yet. What do you want to see there, especially on the financial side?
The very first thing that we need to do is we need to do audit. We need to definitely hold people responsible of the lack of results. Once we do an audit and we figure out where the money is, we need to be able to recover some of that and determine what will be the final outcome of this. Are we going to continue working on it or not? One of the major problems that we have had with the high-speed rail is environmental rules and regulations. So if we want success in California, whether this is in the water infrastructure, whether this is in the energy infrastructure, and whether it is with the high-speed rail, one of the things that we need to do is we need to look at our processes, our permitting process, our environmental assessments, our environmental ruling. All of that is so cumbersome that practically stopped any progress in the state. So we definitely need to do the audit, but at the same time, we need to look at our processes and try to figure out how do we need to update our processes to make sure that they allow us to actually complete work.